Hi, I'm Ashley and I am back with another video, and I thank you if you are coming back to watch. Thank you. Thank you. Anywho, so today's video that I want to talk about does related to baby stuff, but I think this topic has a lot of anxiety around it for some women. I know I had a lot of anxiety around it, but it's about breastfeeding. How do you feel about breastfeeding? Are you gonna breastfeed? Did you breastfeed your babies? Were you breastfed? Do you think it's really important to breastfeed? Do you think it's beneficial to breastfeed? Do you think, what do you think? So let me tell you about my hesitations about breastfeeding and why they aren't a factor anymore. So the two hesitations I had about breastfeeding was, to me, I was afraid, like, how do I explain this? But okay, I'm just gonna say it. So boobies and babies, I didn't think mixed. I was like, dude, this is like along the lines of pedophilia. Like, I don't feel comfortable putting my boob in a baby's mouth. And I thought I was weird for feeling that way, but I've learned that there was somebody else that felt that way too, like another woman. I was like, I'm not weird. She ain't afraid to say it. I ain't afraid to say it. I actually asked my sister and my mother and looked the forums about the blogs and realized there are other women that feel this way. And I wasn't so afraid of the sensation that I would like it, like a baby suckling. It's just kids and adults and body parts. It's just, it gets a little, ooh, pause. So I expressed this to my sister, and I guess a blog actually explained it a little better, is that you have to revamp your way of thinking. The reason why I felt that way, and that you may also feel this way, is that the boobies in the States are over-sexualized. Like, boobs equal attracting men. Like, we got bras to push them up. We got bras to enhance them. Sorry, I got a cold. Sorry again. So we got bras to enhance them. Guys salivate over them. Like, it's just too much attention, and that's not in the right direction with the boobies. Boobies are really here for your babies to feed on. So when you think of it like that, then it takes that over-sexualized idea out your head and your hesitation to put a boob in your child's mouth, because that's what the boobs are here for. My boobs produce milk. The milk is good for my baby, and I give it to them. The boobs are not for men or women or whatever you like staring at your boobs, or whatever you do to whatever audience you're attracting, you know, your boobs to. It's not for them. It's for your baby. So just think about that, and maybe it will lessen the anxiety of actually breastfeeding your baby. So when my baby came out, now when you have your baby, they're going to insist that you get this baby to latch on right away, which what they did. And if you still, after doing your research and listening to this video, if you're still kind of like, you don't know because of that reason, you're going to have to tell them upfront, I don't want this baby latching on. Because when my child came out, all I remember is she was on my boob suckling. Like, I was like, who put this baby on my boob? Sort of thing. Like, who did this? So they're just going to do it. You're probably not going to know it. But when they did it, it wasn't that bad. The sensation is totally different from a man licking or sucking on your boobs. It's a really great bonding experience, and I suggest everybody that's having a baby to do it. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I suggest everybody to do it, because it's very beneficial for your baby. It's live antibodies in there. It's very beneficial for your baby, like the immune health. The second hesitation that I had or fear I should say that I had with breastfeeding, was whether or not my supply would be enough. Have you ever heard women say that my supply, like I had to stop breastfeeding because I couldn't supply enough? My thoughts on that is this. The way your ducts work, Winnie, don't do it. So the way your ducts work is that it's a supply and demand thing. So your milk ducts are always producing milk. But as they fill, if they fill and they're not released, it slows down production. You're telling your body, I don't need as much. It slows down production. If your baby suckles more and demands more, They may not be getting a lot at that feeding, but eventually in a couple days your body will start producing at a greater amount in those ducts, or that's what I've experienced. So I've had times where, let's say if my baby was gone from me, or I was sick or something, like the whole going back to work and trying to pump, and I can't really get my pump to empty it like I want to. So there have been times where my baby wasn't satisfied after suckling on both breasts. My baby wasn't satisfied, and after getting the bottled formula, she was satisfied. But a couple days of that, one day she'll be satisfied with the breast, and that just tells me that, okay, you got enough. Now it's hard to tell how much your baby is drinking because you don't see, like, you can't measure ounces unless you're pumping it out and giving it to them, but you can't measure ounces at the boob. So you just go by sorry, you just go by if your baby is crying or not, and also how many wet diapers you get, and that's how you know that you're satisfying the baby's hunger. So when women say that they don't produce enough, it's true. So you may not produce enough at one point in time, but if you keep trying, you will start to produce enough. Your body will start to increase in production. Now the thing is, I don't know, because I haven't been there, and maybe as I start to slow down breastfeeding, as a baby becomes a year old, I can answer this. But like, it's like, is it a such thing of losing so much production that you can never get that production back? Like, is there a tipping point where, okay, you slow production down this much, you're never going to produce enough now? Like, you're basically going to dry up. Like, I don't know about that, like if that's true or not, or if women with multiple babies, if they can ever produce enough to feed 2 babies or 3 babies. Like, do they sincerely not produce enough for the babies? Or will the same logic apply where, you know, if they keep demanding, then you're going to be one of those women that's producing so much milk you can feed a family of 5, you know, something like that. So I don't know, but if you have multiples, let me know, because I'm always interested in that. And if you just let me know about this breastfeeding thing. It's a lot of mystery behind it. It's a lot of, like, I don't know if people are giving a real story. Because then you have to ask yourself, well, how often was the baby nursing? Like, if you can't produce enough, how often was the baby nursing? Or are there legitimately women that just can't produce enough? But for me, that's not the case. I'm not producing an abundance. Like, when I pump, I'm not getting like 33 ounces in one pump. It's like I'm getting what she needs. She drinks about 6 ounces. I get about 6 ounces at each pump. So, but let me know. Oh, one more thing. Now, I'm going to talk about a fear that I haven't gotten over. So a fear that I haven't gotten over is breastfeeding in public. I don't so mind it if someone else breastfeeds in public, but I'm just afraid that my etiquette at doing so, and maneuvering and handling the baby, is so poor that you're going to not only see my boobs, you're going to see my navel somehow. Like, you're going to see my whole chest. You're going to be like, wow, she don't know what she doing. Because, like, my baby is big, and I use the pillow, the Moby, no, that's a wrap. I use the pillow to hold her because she's heavy. She's a heavy baby. And I don't have too much of the clothing that just sort of rip away at the boob to make it easier, so you're not exposing your whole body. So in order to breastfeed her, I would have to either lift my shirt or pull it down. So I'm exposing something more than just the areola of the boob. And then like I said, she's big and she doesn't like to be covered. You know how babies move the covers out the way. Nobody likes to be covered over their head when they're eating. So it's like, I still haven't gotten past that. And that doesn't, and by having that phobia, I actually can't stay out too long. Like, she has to either suckle or I have to pump because my production will decrease. I can't stay out more than 3 hours. Otherwise, I'm full and I'm uncomfortable, and somebody got to get the milk out. So, but let me know what you do about that, like the whole breastfeeding in public. If there's something that I should read, or if there's something that I can do to get over that, because I would love to breastfeed her everywhere. I'm tired of making bottles, you know, when we're out and about. If I could just have her suckling. So just let me know, and let me know if there's anything, like, let's get this conversation rolling. Is there anything else that she had a fear about that she had to overthink or overcome? And also about having multiples and that your milk actually drying up. And if there are women out here that can't produce enough milk for their child, let me know, because I'm only going off my experience and the people around me. And so far I see that women are producing enough for the kids. I only hear the stories or read the stories that they don't produce enough. So let me know what your world is like. Please leave comments. I really want to know. And I'm sure other women want to know as well. But leave comments, subscribe, come back. I'm gonna have another video, of course, you know, and yeah, so peace out. Bye bye.